Hi, I'm Joe, just simple like that. When I was a kid, my father didn't appear in my life. And trust me, giving birth doesn't mean that you can become a father and mother. Now I'm going to share with you all my feelings. When I grew up, I didn't have my dad beside me. That's right. Since I could remember things, I have never imagined how the existence of a father in my family would be. When I was a kid, I was good at social science subjects, especially literature. But once, my teacher gave me 1 point for essay writing. The essay topic was tell me about a memory about your father that you remember the most. My essay had only 4 words. I don't have dad. With my ability, I could make up a perfect story with a beautiful memory with dad. But why did I have to do that? I didn't even have my memory with dad. I am just a child who doesn't have a father. I knew it when I was just a little girl. In most of the conflicts, my friends called me an illegitimate child. When I said something rude to adults, they all said, "It is true that children without a father are different." At that time, my thought was that not having a father was bad and shameful. Everyone always made fun of me, mocked me, and scolded me because of that. But it's just nothing compared to the sadness that my mom and I have had to put up with. When my mother got sick, an 8-year-old child like me had to run in the middle of the night to ask for help. On the Tet holiday, when everyone gathered together and enjoyed the holiday, my mom and I just stayed at home and kept going in and out of the house. When seeing the kids in my neighborhood rush to the door to meet their father, and then their father lifted them up and sat on his shoulder, I longed to be like them. I longed to be carried on my father's back and even to pester for balloons and candies. That feeling I've never had. And all of my childish desires were vented on my mom by me. I insisted on pestering my mom for that, and then I was angry with my mom. Why did other children have fathers and I didn't? I remember when I was 7, my mom asked, "Which present do you like to receive on your birthday?" I replied, "I want my dad." My mom looked at me, hugged me, and then sobbed. She also apologized to me. When I grew up, I realized that there were many children not having a father like me. They always wanted to call out the word dad once in their lifetime and to be embraced by their dad. In the 21st century, being a single mom doesn't seem so bad. But at the time when I was growing up, especially in Eastern countries, concepts of love and marriage were still very strict. The time when a woman was pregnant without a husband was a sin. The time when a child was born without a father's name on the birth certificate was a shameful thing. I didn't know my mom had to be down on her knees to beg my grandfather to forgive her. When going out, she had to use a hat to cover herself. I didn't know how much my mom had put up with to give birth to me and take care of me. During my childhood, I just resented my mom, was angry at her, and made the pain in her heart to be deepened more. Because of my mom's pain, I lost all trust in men. I alerted all flirtings, and it was hard for me to open my heart to someone who would be my lover then. But when he belonged to me, I realized one thing. This made me more painful than when I was in my childhood. I realized that the most disadvantaged person was not me. It was not me who suffered all of the pains. It was my mom. When I got sick, my lover was always by my side to love and care for me. I thought of the hard days when my mother had had to put up with all those pains while pregnant. When he took me into the clinic, I remembered the day when my mother had had to writhe in pain and no one took care of her other than my grandparents. Now, I know that there isn't a relevance between me and the man who used to be with my mom, except for the same blood in our veins. I don't expect to call out the word dad. Giving birth to a baby doesn't mean that you can become a father and mother. Only when parents raise their children, they will realize their responsibilities in a clear way. Have you visited me more than 10 times in the past 20 years? Do you still remember your daughter? Or was it because you were just on the way to stop by to see me in a bit? If my memory serves me right, on the Tet holiday when I was in 10th grade, you just called and asked me to drop by my house, but you didn't come to my place and picked me up. Since then, I've got your call or given me your regards. So to me, that man doesn't deserve to be mentioned by me and to be called out dad sincerely. Life will be really sad when there are more fathers like that. They don't care about their responsibilities and how their children can live when they are born. And those men don't care about how dedicated the girls who love them most are in order to raise the children. Those coward and irresponsible men are willing to let others suffer from the pain they've made just because of a moment of their pleasure. Maybe because of many obsessions during my childhood, I am sensitive about the word